Click.
Click.
Ooh.
Welcome.
You're afraid. You're very afraid. It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky. Isn't it spooky?
Welcome to Curiosity Chill. Today, we shall be learning about ghost stories from around the world.
Yo, these ghost stories are from around the world, and so are you. Where's everybody tuning in from today? Welcome to Curiosity Chill, where you are absolutely terrified to learn about ghosts.
We have friends from Germany and Sweden, Romania and Australia,
New York and Iowa, Poland,
Czech Republic,
Scotland, Russia, Connecticut, and Trinidad,
Italy,
Saudi Arabia,
Ireland,
Wisconsin,
Finland, and
Hungary.
California.
Well,
Cool.
sweet.
So, friends, we have a poll for all of you,
Let's
so
hit
we
it.
can decide where we shall start. I found three different articles. One which has ghost stories from around the world. 10 famous ghost stories and famous ghost stories from Asia. So type 1, 2, or 3 into the chat to let me know where you would like to begin a spooky tale.
Oh.
And Lillard Juicy K, thank you so much for the big cheers. I see Golden Deviant is back for 30 months.
And I will take your soul. Is back for 11 months in a row.
Yo, Deviant Badger, welcome back for 37 months.
Yo, and hey, Eli, how you doing? Thank you for subscribing with your Prime.
Wablu the Swablu back for 39 months.
Months. Months is the spooky way to say months.
And Wayward Stars, welcome back for 16.
Yo, and Daydream, it's nice to receive your message about Detroit Become Human. I'm glad you enjoyed the game so much.
Oh.
Looks like it's going to be 10 famous ghost stories.
Nice. Good place to begin.
Yes.
Lydia Hatt is back for 37 months as well, and Bloody Cheyenne is cheering and feeling extra spooky today.
All right, I believe the link we're going for is letsroam.com. Thank you to our awesome moderator team who will share the link in the chat. This is an article called Famous Ghost Stories That Will Leave You Dying to Know More.
Hey, Susie Septiguy, thank you so much for the big gift subgroup hug.
Thank you for your kind, generous support. We appreciate you and
Thank you,
show you
Susie.
this sparkle. All right, browser input, let's go. Here we are with Famous Ghost Stories That Will Leave You Dying to Know More.
But before we begin, I'm curious, who here believes in ghosts?
Oh, type a 1 in the chat if you believe in ghosts, that they're watching you in this moment, and 0 in the chat if you're like, there's no ghosts. 0 in the chat for 0 ghosts. Ooh.
A lot of believers. A
Yeah?
lot of believers. Some skeptics, but maybe you'll change your mind after we read these spooky stories.
I was going to say, we'll do another poll after you've heard these ooky spookies. Maddie Co, welcome back for 11 months, and Ved Ted, thank you for being here for 14. I see Moad DLC back for 19, on to 20, and Puffins a Glass. Thank you very much for being here and sharing. All right, Amelia, would you like to
Yes.
read the first ghost story? Or...
Yeah, I'll begin.
Tiny little font, it's extra scary to me. Enhance.
Oh, too much enhancing. There we go. That's much better.
Oh, that'll work.
Okay.
That's for everybody who's on mobile right now. Let's roam.
All right. I scream. You scream. We all scream for ghosts. We don't know about you, but we've got a huge fascination for hair-rising adventures. There's something very captivating about paranormal activity, be it the creepy stories, the sightings, or the rush of adrenaline as you embark upon the unknown. If you can't get enough spooky stories and scary encounters, check out this list of our top 10 famous ghost stories. If you don't read on, we have a feeling it will haunt you forever. Let's roam ghost hunts for spooky encounters.
Before we dive into our list, we need to tell you about a great way for ghost hunters to make the most of any trip. It's just an ad.
I don't know. Let's go down to...
That feels like an ad.
Yes.
Number 1, Bloody Mary. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go like this. There we go. Number 1, Bloody Mary. You might be familiar with the famous ghost's Bloody Mary, the subject of a sleepover ritual so well known that it's been studied by paranormal researchers. But do you know her story? Mary is said to have been a beautiful young woman who was so vain that she couldn't help but stare at herself whenever she could. Unfortunately, a horrible accident left her injured and disfigured. From that point forward, she was forbidden to look in a mirror because her family feared she would go mad upon seeing her reflection. One night, she snuck a mirror into her room and saw her face. She burst into tears. Unable to bear looking at herself any longer, she merged into her reflection and vowed to harm and disfigure anyone who dared to summon her while staring into a mirror.
Ooh. I totally remember being absolutely terrified to be in a closet with a mirror and say Bloody Mary in elementary school.
Honestly, I don't think we should summon Bloody Mary. I think we should leave Bloody Mary in that mirror, right where she belongs.
I was so afraid to be around any mirrors in the dark. Bathrooms were terrifying.
Did that one spook you? Please type a 1 in the chat if you were spooked, and a 0 in the chat if you were not spooked.
You know, I never actually knew the story behind it. I just knew if you go into a dark room with a mirror and you look in the mirror and you say that name 3 times in a row, you'd see something.
Right. Well, it seems like not enough of them are spooked. You knew that one already? Not too spooked? All right, well, we're going to spook you with this one, Amelia. Spook 'em good. Spook 'em good.
The Bell Witch. One of the most famous ghost stories in the United States is that of the Bell Witch. Legend has it that she haunts a farmhouse in Adams, Tennessee. In the early 19th century, the Bell family farm was troubled by what they thought were animals. However, John Bell, head of the family, could neither identify nor rid the property of any of these pesky beasts. After some time, strange noises were being heard everywhere in the house. Things would fall, family members were pushed and attacked, and the farm resident's animal began inexplicably passing away. The beings began to scratch the walls, pull the kids' hairs, pinch people, and frequently knocked on every door in the house. Eventually, locals concluded that the events were caused by the wrath of Kate Bates, a villager who had been executed for being a witch. When John Bell died without any visible cause, a bottle with a bizarre substance was found next to his body. His demise was classified as death by ghost. It is the only death in the United States that is officially attributed to this cause. In case you were wondering, the ghost of Kate Bates now allegedly resides in the nearby Bell Witch Cave. Are you ready to meet her? Ooh. Do we have any friends in Tennessee?
Yeah, any friends in Tennessee? Death by ghost? Please type a 1 in the chat if that spooked you, and a 0 in the chat if you remain unspooked. The demonic gremlin, thank you very much for these cheers. We are grateful for you being here and send you a good vibes for your long work weeks.
We have a lot of brave people here.
A lot of brave people. Okay, well, I'm going to spook you out with Resurrection Mary. Mary is the spookiest name that anyone knows. Bloody Mary, Resurrection Mary.
Or maybe it was just a common name.
Maybe it was pretty spooky. Do we have any Marys here, by the way? Hello? Keep it spooky, Mary. Resurrection Mary got her name because she was first seen at resurrection ceremony in the town of... Ceremony?
It's a cemetery.
Oh, okay, we'll just go ahead and start this spooky story over again. You're all spooked. Resurrection Mary got her name because she was first seen at Resurrection Cemetery in the town of Justice, Illinois. According to legend, young Mary was tragically killed by a drunk driver while strolling down the side of the road. Clad in white, with gorgeous blonde hair and baby blue eyes, she appears as a hitchhiker. When drivers see her and pull over, she directs them to the aforementioned cemetery. If a driver looks back to find the lady in white, she disappears. Many a traveler has seen her standing in a cemetery, looking for her next victim. Please type a 1 in the chat if that spooked you. If you were spooked, type a 1. If you were not spooked, type a 0 for 0 spooks here. Bionic Rookie, thank you for being here for 32 months.
Wow.
And Leanol, thank you very much for this good vibes. I don't know what that is. Travis Trout, thank you very much.
When we were playing Life is Strange,
that's our buddy
True Colors, we're not using the music in the game because it's all copywritten, and that song was by our buddy Lo the Music Man, and it was called Rutabaga. So if you're interested in checking out Lo's music, !LO in the chat will get you to his SoundCloud, and the song you're talking about is called Rutabaga.
Nice, thanks Amelia. Red Dragonfly, welcome back for 9 months. Travis Trout, thank you for the gift sub to Tresham. And Jennifer Dossie, thank you for being here for 7 months. I see Marat 2000 back for 6. And the Demonic Gremlin, what's up? Spook him, Amelia. Spook him with this one.
The Horror in Amityville. If you live anywhere close to New York, chances are you've heard the famous ghost story associated with Ronald Defoe Jr. and the Amityville murders, which were the topic of several books and films. The village rose to notoriety after Defoe Jr. killed his family in 1974. Defoe Jr., known as Butch, had a troubled childhood. Although he claims he was abused by his father, he had a history of lashing out at others, including his friends. It is thought that he might have been possessed by an evil spirit. He had even tried to shoot his father earlier in life during a family argument. Years of bad behavior culminated in a tragedy during the early mornings of a cool November day. Within just 15 minutes, Butch shot his parents and siblings. He then cleaned himself up and reported to work at his family's auto dealership. 13 months after the incident took place, the Lutz family purchased the Defoe home, and it wasn't long before they began experiencing rampant poltergeist activity. Things moved, fell, and broke everywhere. Within just 28 days, buyer's remorse set in, and they left the house. It seems that the spirits of the entire family still reside in the house, ensuring that nobody stays there very long. Ooh. I've heard about this one. I have not seen any of the Amityville horror movies, but I'm spooked.
Planetary Go-Go spooked. Type a 1 in the chat if that spooked you. Type a whole bunch of 1s in the chat if it spooked you a lot. And if it didn't spook you at all, just hit it with a 0. What's up? Suest Among Us, thank you for being here with your Prime subscribe like Snaky Eye Soup. Appreciate you using your Prime to subscribe to our channel, and welcome. How's it going, everyone? Come on in, come on in. This is Curiosity Chill, where we pull a subject each week to study the next week, and last week you all chose ghost stories.
All right, Bryan, tell us about the Gray Man.
I will tell you the tale of the Gray Man. The faceless Gray Man of South Carolina is known to be one of the friendliest among ghosts. He resembles a pirate and is something depicted with no legs or hands. Sighted on Polly's Island, the faceless Gray Man is reportedly the ghost of Percival Polly, a man who died in a marsh. Polly was on his way to visit his lady love when his horse got stuck in the marsh, killing both him and his steed. Today, this ghost is often spotted roaming along the coast of the island, saving people from bad luck. Contrary to other ghosts on our lists, seeing this ghost is thought to be a sign of good luck. If you wave at him, he just might save your life.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I chose the wrong voice for that story.
Yeah.
Did it scare you? If it scared you, type a 1 in the chat. If you were not scared, type a 0.
Well, it's nice to meet a friendly ghost on this list, you know?
I thought it was Casper was the friendly ghost.
Well, he's one of them.
I never heard of this Marsh Polly. He's a very nice ghost, looking out for us. Everyone remains unfazed.
Okay.
Spook him now. Spook him with the Lemp family. Spook him good.
The Lemp family. St. Louis has its fair share of hauntings and ghost stories, one of which surrounds the Lemp family. The Lemps owned one of the most famous brewing companies in the city before Prohibition went into effect. However, they are not just known for their beer. The Lemp family became infamous after 4 members shot themselves. In addition to the ghosts of these suicide victims, the Lemp Mansion may be haunted by other family members, including the family dog. Today, the mansion is open for visitors, so if you want to try and meet the pup or any other ghostly inhabitants, you visit or even stay there for the night.
Ooh, that's spooky.
I don't think I would want to stay in a haunted mansion.
No, I didn't want to stay in a haunted mansion either.
What about you? Would you choose to spend the night in the Lemp Mansion?
If you like dogs and you like ghosts, you might.
Hey, Amy Versus, thank you so much for the gift subgroup. Hi.
Hey, Amy Versus, we appreciate that. Thank you kindly. I will now terrify you with the tale of Annabelle. Many a moviegoer has been traumatized by the famous ghosts of the Conjuring universe. They've got a good reason to be scared. The movies in this series were based on the real cases of Ed and Lorraine Warren, a well-known paranormal investigating duo. One of the films, Annabelle, is the chilling tale of a creepy, misbehaving doll from the 70s. Unlike the representation in the movie, the original Annabelle is a version of Raggedy Ann, and was allegedly purchased for a woman named Donna from an antique store in 1970. As if the idea of a haunted doll in a corner isn't creepy enough, Donna noticed that it was moving from one room to another. One day, when she noticed blood on the antique, she decided to seek the help of a medium. The medium told her that the spirit was of a girl named Annabelle, who was behind the activity, and so she was named. Annabelle began harming Donna's friend, Lou, and this escalation prompted her to contact the Warrens. The couple figured out that the terrifying toy was being haunted not by Annabelle, but by a demonic entity. The concerned pair seized the culprit and locked it in a special glass case in their home. The terrifying toy was later moved to the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut, and remained there until its closure in 2019. There have been some questions about Annabelle's whereabouts, but family members have tried to assure the public that she's under close watch. We certainly hope so.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Oh, that creeps me out.
I'm creeped out. I've not seen any of the Conjuring movies because I'm too scared.
That's just too creepy for me.
Yeah.
I don't like creepy dolls, team. I don't like. There's a half spook for you. Okay,
Yeah.
That's fine. 1 for spooked, 2 for not spooked. Tree of Mirrors, what's going on? Welcome back for 8 months. And J Ray on Play, appreciate you being back for some spoopy curiosity chill. 14 months and Just Random. Thanks for 3 months of support. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Amelia.
Yes, Abe Lincoln.
Tell us a spooky Abe Lincoln tale.
Even politicians can be famous ghosts. But what better example is there than Honest Abe? According to sources, Lincoln claimed to have seen his death in a dream. There were reports that he even attended his own funeral. If that isn't enough to give you goosebumps, multiple staff members and tourists have attested to seeing the spirit of Lincoln strolling the corridors of the White House. In fact, First Ladies Grace Coolidge and Eleanor Roosevelt have both stated that they saw him and felt his presence looming in the building. Here's a spooky story with a funny twist. Winston Churchill, while visiting the White House, claimed that he stumbled upon Honest Abe's ghost. Unfortunately for Churchill, he was completely nude and stepping out of the bath at the time. After Churchill's witty remarks about meeting at a disadvantage, the ghost disappeared and left him alone. If you're looking to run into Lincoln's ghost, check out these 5 great scavenger hunts and tours in Washington, D.C. There's even one designed for ghost hunters.
Ooh! Has anybody ever been on a ghost tour? Or gone to like a real haunted location in person?
We went on a ghost tour when we visited New Orleans around the French Quarter. Heard some pretty spooky stories that have definitely stuck with me for years.
Yeah, that'll definitely ruin your afternoon if you're not in the mood to be spooked. Now, here we go. To number 9. The Brown Lady of Raham Court. This British ghost story... Oh, here we go. Okay. This British ghost resides in Rainham Court in Norfolk, England. Known as the Brown Lady for her brown brocade, right?
Brocade.
Brocade? What's a brocade?
It's I think it's like a brooch.
Let me see it. It's like,
Her outfit.
This. Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, that's very nice.
Okay, so it's a type of fabric.
Okay, for her attire.
We learned something new.
Known as the Brown Lady for her brown brocade.
Brocade.
But in Norfolk they say brocade.
Okay.
Brocade. The identity of this ghost has been linked to Lady Dorothy Townsend. She was the wife of aristocrat Charles Townshend. However, she was also the mistress of Lord Wharton. Scandalous. When Lord Townshend found out about the affair, he became so enraged that he locked his wife in their castle and refused to let her out. She died under mysterious circumstances, in quotes. But people think she remains her earthly dwelling as a spirit. Not scared yet? Are you not scared yet? Anyone? Some of you are scared, I can tell. She is said to have empty black sockets where her eyes should be. That's spooky. Type a 1 in the chat, please, Amelia, for us represent that we are spooked. I'm spooked by no eyes. Spooky. A photographer reported a sighting during a tour of the castle in 1936 and quickly captured a photo. If you think you can handle the results, Google Images has some related photos. They're not for the faint of heart. While you're there, search for other famous ghosts. But we recommend only doing this before sunset. Don't say we didn't warn you. Do you guys want to see a picture?
Kind of.
I'll pull one up over here.
The brown lady.
Of the...
Yep, it knows what you want.
Brown lady. Here comes her... Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think we talked about this one before. I've seen this image.
Yes, me too.
Oh, God. Look. Look at that ghost. Look at the detail in the mane.
Oh, that's where she lived.
That's where she lived. She was here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is spooky. These are spooky images.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
That is spooky.
That's a beautiful house, though. Too bad it's haunted.
Haunted, yeah.
Oh, damn. All right. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Very good. Not scared yet. She's spooky.
Anne Boleyn. This story takes us back to the 16th century England. Anne Boleyn was one of the wives of Henry V. She was mother of the future... Is that Henry V? No, Henry VIII. Henry VIII. She was the mother of the future Queen Elizabeth I. However, she met a grisly end when she was beheaded by the king after being brought up on charges now believed to be false. Historians have indicated that she was accused of witchcraft and adultery because the king wanted to get rid of her. After her death, it's thought that she may have returned as a poltergeist to haunt the Tower of London. While some sightings show her as a stately, lovely young woman, others have reported seeing her in her beheaded glory. She has been spotted carrying her head under one arm. Ooh.
That's spooky.
Yes. Luke Lemon Art, thank you so much for the gift sub group hug. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Luke Lemon.
And Bloody Cheyenne, thank you as well.
Final thoughts on famous ghosts?
Whether or not you're a believer or not, going on ghost hunts is a great way for any adventurer to get an adrenaline rush. From fictional ghosts like King Hamlet to ghosts inspired by real-life events, the world is rife with stories of hauntings and spooky entities.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right, now tell me, even if you're not completely spooked, is everyone at least a little more spooked than they were like 30 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a little more spooked.
Yeah, of course.
I
I would hope so.
It's early in the morning. We're having a cup of coffee. It's bright and sunny out, but I'm spooked. All right, we have 2 other articles we can look into. Do you guys have a preference between... we have 6 famous ghost stories from around Asia and the creepiest ghosts and monster stories from around the world. Do we have a preference here? The Night Demon.
Yeah, let's do this.
This one has illustrations.
Creepy little animations. Mm-hmm.
All right, I want you guys to have some creepy animations, so let's get this perfectly right for you.
Oh, I'm seeing. Maybe should we do another poll? I'm seeing a lot of split stuff.
It's a mix. I mean, if we keep it going, we can probably get through both of them.
Yeah, so
I like this one having images. The other one is a lot.
Let's tell
of...
the stories a little faster. The spookiest.
Well, I think that my goal is accuracy in speech. Ever since saying we were in the celebration instead of the cemetery, I'm working on getting the words right.
Yes.
The creepiest ghost stories and monster stories from around the world. It's Halloween, A time for Frankenstein monsters, vampires, and werewolves. But many of us have our own monsters from different cultures, and when we threw out a call to our readers asking what ghost stories and folk tales they grew up with and their own traditions, we got back stories of creatures stalking the shadows of Latin American hallways, and vengeful demons from South Asia with backward feet. And that's before we got to the were-hyenas and the infernal bathroom stalls. Below are some of the best we've found, or that were told from the Code Switch readers. Read on, if you dare. Thank you to our moderators also for sharing the NPR link in the chat if you guys want to read ahead of us or read it later. Here we go.
The Night Demon. An evil creature stalks the Tasmanian island of Pemba.
Tanzanian. See? Slow and steady wins the race.
An evil creature stalks the Tanzanian island of Pemba in the Indian Ocean. It can change shape, a bat sometimes, a human-like form at others. It prefers to come out at night, but some say they have seen it during the day. The Popobawa, the batwing in Swahili, is indiscriminate in its targets, but it is, in a common retelling, the spirit sexually assaults men. The Popobawa story is rather new, only dating back a few decades from a time of civil unrest following the assassination of the country's president. The popular thinking goes that after the Popobawa attack, victims must spread the word to others on the Pemba. Otherwise, they will continue to be visited by the Popobawa. Reports of attacks send some locals into a panic. A few years ago, a series of nighttime sexual assaults were blamed on the Popobawa. Some men are staying awake or sleeping in groups outside their homes, the BBC reported in 2007. Others are smearing themselves with pig oil, believing this repels attacks. A peasant farmer named Majaka Hamad claims he was attacked by the Popobawa in 1997. I couldn't see it, I could only feel it. But some people in my house could see it. Those who've got the spirits in their heads could see it. Everybody was terrified. They were outside screaming, "Huya!" It means the Popobawa is there. And I had this bad pain in my ribs where it crushed me. I don't believe in spirits, so maybe that's why it attacked me. Maybe it will attack anybody who doesn't believe.
Oh.
Whoa. Damn.
The girl in the bathroom. In Japan, the schools contain an infernal secret. If you go into the girls' bathroom on the 3rd floor of the building and walk into the 3rd stall, you might find her. You have to knock 3 times and call her name, a Code Switch reader named Jessica tweeted at us. When you open the stall door, a little girl in a red skirt will be there. The little girl with a bob haircut is Hanako-san. She wants friends to play with, maybe. Or perhaps she wants to drag you to hell, through the toilet. Depending on which part of Japan you live in, she may have a bloody hand and grab you, or be a lizard that devours you, Jessica said. Although I'm getting scared just thinking about her right now. Hanako-san became a fixture of Japanese urban folklore over the last 70 years. The most popular origin story for the tale holds that during World War II, a schoolgirl was using the bathroom when a bomb fell on top of the building. The school collapsed on top of Hanako-san, who had been trapped there ever since. But Hanako isn't the only schoolgirl that haunts Japan's school bathrooms. Kashima Riko, another young girl, was said to have been cut in half by a train.
What?
Now her disfigured spirit inhabits bathrooms, asking children who enter the stalls where her legs are. The legend goes that if Kashima Riko is not satisfied with the answer,
she will rip their legs off.
The woman of your worst dreams. In Brazil, a tall, skinny woman with long yellow fingernails and red eyes creeps along the rooftops and watches families inside their homes. She watches them as they sit at the table for dinner. She watches them as they eat. La Pisadeira. After the meal, when someone goes to sleep on a full stomach, La Pisadeira sneaks into their bedroom. Then she sits on their chest so that they cannot move. The Pisadeira that has attacked them watches them as they begin to panic. The victim's eyes partly open, but they're neither fully asleep nor fully awake, helpless and trapped in a body that won't move. Sleep paralysis is a well-studied disorder. The worst thing is that when you try and fight or call for help, a Redditor said in a conversation about what the experiences with it were like, your voice doesn't work and your body will not respond. You just feel helpless. And among those who suffer from it across many cultures, there is one unsettling common experience, a sense that a malevolent force is hovering over them just in their immobile state. The earliest one I can remember is when with my mother in the room, and she's sitting on my bed, her face morphs into a demon-like thing. Or a dark, large figure, kind of a human silhouette, emerging from the foot of my bed and staring down at me. Could her mom or the silhouette have been a Pisadeira? They went on. Ugh, I need to stop trying to remember these things. I'm getting chills. Okay, are you creeped?
I'm creeped.
I'm creeped too. These words are definitely creepier.
Yeah. The Weeping Woman. Her name was Maria. She lived in Mexico. She had long, dark hair and a covetous heart. The man she loved would not have her, so she took her children in a fit of rage, took them down to the river, and drowned them, one by one. When the man she loved spurned her again, she realized what she'd done. She took herself to the water and threw herself in, to subject herself to the same fate as her children. But heaven would not have Maria, and she was condemned to wander the world in perpetual grief. She is La Llorona, the Wailing Woman. The people who have seen her said they can see her walking, soaking wet, wearing all white. And she can be heard crying out for the little ones she killed. Ay, mis hijos, she weeps. Oh, my children. Some say that she snatches other young children as she walks, mistaking them for her own young children she knew. Here's a creepy image for you to think about. There it is. Soak it in. Let it live in the back of your mind. Children along the Mexican border grew up with her story, which traces itself to stories about several different female spirits of Aztec Empire. My earliest memory of her is being in elementary school and being in the girls' bathroom, said Terry Martinez, who grew up in Texas in the Rio Grande Valley. She and the other young children would try to summon La Llorona in a bathroom mirror.
Oh, like Bloody Mary.
Like Bloody Mary. Lights had to be out. It's Llorona? All right, it is Llorona. Ah, the double L thing, yes. The lights had to be out, Martinez said. The door had to be closed. They'd splash water on the mirror and say her name 3 times. La Llorona. Ya Llorona. Ya Llorona. It was just seeing who could stand being in the dark room and seeing how long we could stand there waiting for her to come out of the sink, Martinez said. It usually ended with a bunch of little girls screaming and running out of the bathroom.
Whoa.
Oh!
Interesting how the similarities between Bloody Mary and La Llorona.
Right? Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Thank you guys for helping me with my pronunciation. You should hear us on the Greek mythology streams. Sick Muse Slays, thank you for being here for 23 months. And Jacob Hill, thank you for the cheers. I see Pluffy. Princess Fluffy. Jana, who, if you want to be Pluffy today, thank you for being here for 16 months. We appreciate you very much. Do you want to read on? We have six famous ghost stories from around Asia. We will get to as many as we can, and then we'll poll what we'll study together on next week's the week after's Curiosity Chill.
Yes. All right. Night creatures from Asia's folklore. It is spooky season once again. Maybe we just
jump to the stories.
Yes. Okay, so this is from Indonesia. The Pontianak. Indonesian folklore features a wide variety of tales about animist ghosts and spirits. The so-called Pontianak, or Kuntianak, is perhaps the most notorious of all. In Southeast Asian cultures, swamps are considered eerie places where nature's spirits dwell and spook the living. Legend has it that the area in western Kalimantan is the crossing point of the Kapuas and Ladakh rivers, was haunted by the Pontianaks. The Pontianak is a vengeful spirit that takes form of a beautiful woman and preys on men, children, and vulnerable souls. Believed to be the spirit of a woman who died in childbirth or of a violent death, they are one of the most powerful and feared spirits of Indonesian and Malaysian folklore. As bloodthirsty vampires, they eviscerate their victims with their long nails and dine on their internal organs. Despite the dire warnings shared with him by the local Dayak people, this dude, Sarif Abduram Al-Qadira, from 1771 to 1808, decided to set up a trading post at this crossing point in the swamp. The Pontianaks soon made their presence felt, and him and his builders, this ghost story,
And the story goes that they fired cannon into the swamps to destroy the area considered to be the Pontianak's nest. A mosque and trading post were established, and the developing city was named Pontianak. The trading post became very successful, and Abdurrahman was made a sultan, the first sultan of Pontianak. A star of many horror movies, both in Indonesia and Malaysian cultures, these vengeful spirits are still alive and well in the nightmares of people. It is said that the scent of drying laundry will attract a Pontianak. Hence, many Malaysians will not leave laundry out overnight. Powerful spirits that can perform black magic, their presence is often heralded by a fragrance similar to a plumeria flower, or the scent of rotting flesh. But it is also said that she can be tamed to become a most perfect, beautiful wife. Simply drive a nail into the hole at the nape of her neck to enjoy a blissful marriage to a beautiful woman. Well, is a love life ever simple? Might be wise, however, to have her sign a prenuptial to ensure you hang on to your internal organs in the event of a breakup. Damn! Team, we're not gonna marry any kind of like demony ghost spirits, okay? We're not.
Alrighty then.
Moving right along. Oh, wait. What? Whoa.
India.
Hold the Pishacha.
Pishacha.
Tell me about this Pishacha.
Pishacha. A vampire-like creature, the Pishacha is, in Hindi theology, are believed to feed on the flesh of both the living and the dead. And horrifically, they are particularly fond of dining on pregnant women. Described as having a human-like form with protruding red eyes and bulging veins all over their bodies, they are particularly unpleasant-looking demons. They haunt cremation and burial grounds, abandoned homes, and places where violent deaths have occurred. In more modern times, they are said to haunt places such as discos and nightclubs, where they feed on negative energies in what are seen as vice-ridden venues, where they look to possess vulnerable individuals. An ancient spirit that has been around since creation, the Pishacha have their own language. They are believed to possess the paranormal ability to become invisible and to shapeshift and assume any form at will. These ancient and tricky spirits can possess minds, driving their possessed human to negative thoughts and behaviors, and feeding on the conflict and misery that arises as a result. The possession can drive the possessed to insanity. Special mantras are needed to exorcise these harmful spirits. To keep the Pishachas satisfied and at bay, they are given their share of offerings during certain religious functions and festivals.
Ooh. One more?
Yes.
I think we have time for one more. This tale is from Vietnam. One of Saigon's most famous ghost stories, the daughter of Huy Bai Hua, is the legend of the ghost of a girl who roams the corridors of what is now Ho Chi Minh City Museum of Art at Pho Duc Chic Street in District 1. Back in 1934, when the trio of buildings was first built, it was a home to the family and business of Huy Bai Hua, an extremely wealthy real estate magnate who was reputed to own about 20,000 properties in the city. The main building used to be one of the family's mansion, and it is apparently haunted by the ghost of Hui's daughter. The story goes that she contracted leprosy during a citywide epidemic and was confined to a bedroom on the upper floor. During that time, leprosy was thought as more of a cure, more of a curse. Leprosy was never thought of as a cure. I need to have more breakfast. Leprosy was thought of as more of a curse than what it really is, a disease. Ever superstitious and conscious of their public image, the family decided to cover up the fact that their daughter was ill with leprosy and announced that she had died from a mysterious illness, which they then followed with a public funeral to put the matter to rest. However, the truth is, Hua's daughter was locked away in her room, with her meals slid through a slot on the bottom of a door. They kept her locked in a room for years until the loneliness and misery of being locked away eventually drove her insane and she took her own life. Multiple versions of the story have claimed that she hanged herself. Oh no! The ghostly figure is roaming the halls of the building and heard the plaintive sounds of someone crying in the dead of night. Okay, there are more from Myanmar, from Thailand, from Japan. If you'd like to check out this link from secretretreats.com, please do. The mods have the link in the chat, and you can all check it out and read along if you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
Is anyone now more spooked than they were at the start of the stream?
I am spooked. I am thoroughly spooked. Which was the spookiest story that we heard today? Which one was the most spooky?
Which one spooked you the most? And Let It Glow, welcome back.
Let It Glow.
Welcome back for 39 months.
Wow.
And Crystallized Faith, beautiful name, and thank you for being here. Back with your prime. Grateful for you.
Yes.
Annabelle's getting some love.
Mm-hmm. The leg stealer, the little girl in the bathroom.
Yeah.
The Japanese ones were pretty creepy. Yeah, the toilet girl. La Llorona is creepy too as well. Yes. Well, the Japanese ones seem to be the most spooky out of all that I agree. I'm thoroughly spooked. Okay, well, what is
Oh! So next week, team, Amelia and I are going to be traveling to visit my grandparents, which I'm very excited to do. It's been far too long, as many of you experience as well. So I hope you get a chance to visit your family and friends soon if you haven't seen them in too long. We will be back doing Curiosity Chill on November 2nd. So we will have one Curiosity Chill away, and then I also got to share with you guys that we have where's the Games Made in France thing?
Yes, this weekend we have a super awesome event planned. We are teaming up with Games Made in France on Friday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific, and we're going to be showcasing 22 upcoming games, all made in France and at varying stages of development. We're going to get to do some gameplay, watch trailers, meet some of the game developers, so please come and join us. We're very excited to be hosting this event.
Yeah, that'll be on Friday and Sunday this weekend, and in between, Amelia and I are doing a signing with Streamily, and this is, I guess, the literal last call. If you'd like to check it out, it's !signing in the chat. Amelia and I will be signing these various prints and some of them together if you would like. And the entire weekend, this weekend, we will be featuring community artwork on our Discord in what we're calling a digital convention artist alley.
Yes.
And if you would like to submit your artwork, Artist Alley in the chat. We'll give you the link to do so, and you guys can come check out all the beautiful artwork available from the people in our community on our Discord over the weekend. And we are super grateful that you guys can join us for Curiosity Chill, and we'll need your help right now to decide what should we study on next Curiosity Chill, which is 2 Tuesdays from now, so November 2nd.
Yes.
What would you like to study on November 2nd?
What are you interested in? What are you curious about? Just type it into the chat.
Ducks?
Ducks.
Whales.
Whales.
Ducks and whales.
We did owls.
Definitely did owls. Also, on Thursdays now, you can keep an eye on our YouTube channel. We are uploading previous Curiosity Chills, so you can check those out, like dinosaurs. We have previously done, but I'm always down to do dinosaurs again. Should we add it to the list?
Yeah, sure.
Dinosaurs. Let's get one or two more. Color theory, that's a fun one. Let's have one more. What's a cryptid? I don't even know what a cryptid is.
I don't know what a cryptid is either. We're going to look it up. Qu'est-ce que c'est cryptid?
Oh, animals that have not been proven to exist.
Ah, okay.
Such as Sasquatch or the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay.
That sounds festive. I'm down for it. Cryptids it is. Cryptids or cryptids and monsters, cryptids and myths, like Mothman. All
right. What are you interested in? Type 1 if you would like to learn about ducks, 2 if you'd like to learn about whales, 3 for dinosaurs, 4 for color theory, and 5 for cryptid.
Ooh, cryptids!
Kalansky, welcome back for 3 months, and Lena, thank you so much for the cheers.
All right, look at that! Holy cow! People are. I mean, it makes sense. You ask people at a ghost story stream, do you want to learn about the Loch Ness Monster and Sasquatch and all that kind of stuff? Seems like that's going to be our winner team. Thank you to our awesome moderators and our lieutenants. We super appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. We have one more poll we got to do together. So on November 2nd, we will study these cryptids you've all educated us on. I will update this literally right now so that we don't forget. Cryptids. Ooh. All right. Here we go. Now we have to decide where we're going to raid. Amelia, we have an awesome raid. Here we go.
Let's do that.
They're doing a charity stream. Thank you, Colorful.
No, that's not the name. Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. They are playing Phasmophobia and doing a charity stream. I'm going to give you guys a warning, but we're coming from a ghost story stream, that Phasmophobia is a horror game and it can be pretty scary, and a heads up that there are some flashing lights in the game. So if you're sensitive to flashing lights, be aware of that before we raid. We super appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for your good vibes. Yo, cryptids, we're doing it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, yep.
Thank y'all so much for joining our Curiosity Chill today.
Yes, and we will see you very soon for our upcoming Games Made in France. Oh, we love it. This was fun. I'm glad you could be here. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Mira. Thank you, Warrior. What's up, Just a Phase? Sunflower, thanks for being here. Ice Birch, appreciate you. Thank you for your good vibes, Bloody Cheyenne, Grim Gaming Reaper. Let's see. The mods have the link for you. They can maybe drop those in one more time. Maybe here. I'll hit you with all of them if you want all three of these links. These are the links. I'm gonna kind of spam them for a second before this raid, just so if anybody wants to grab them. Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's all the spookiness.
There's all the spookies. Appreciate you reading with us, team. Thank you for your company, and we will continue exploring more curiosities on a stream soon. My name is Brian.
My name's Amelia.
And this is our Twitch. Let's go on this raid. 3, 2, 1, and raid.